Okay, so these are our teams.
Yep, for today. No, that's one for that's the last week.
Oh.
PvP versus Nvidia. The first one.
Why not? 那你后面那个
我自己调就好，我自己调就好。可以卸了。
这个你塞进去了吗？
塞进去了。你说耳麦，不是你说麦克风吗 ？OK， 在里面。
The 3 days of commercials.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's US dollars.
Wow, so nice.
I only click commercials one time every festival.
Oh, 有听到。哦，等一下会赢的，等一下会。
Check this out. This is at the event.
They give them cash?
Yeah.
Wow.
Suitcases. All of the players got suitcases full of money.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
That's better than paychecks. Yeah, paychecks, you know, not just the.
How do they bring the RMB to back to their country?
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, the
Safely.
custom.
They do it very safely.
The problem is the custom have a regulation, right? So
Yeah.
they cannot bring too many cash.
Maybe they just give them to hold it, and then they just take it back after.
Possible, yeah. Maybe for show only. You know. 听说他们每个人给我们1万件，给我们每个1万件。
是啊，因为教育传这么快，大家都知道了。
知道啊，那个 Cisco 刚跟我说，我没有注意。
对，是1万斤。
我下午没有玩，他说。
我也不知道有没有。
他说有，他说他已经拿到了。
哦，我不知道哎。我今天没，不知道是不是今天给，我还没有拿到。
昨天没有啊，昨天我有玩没有？
我没有注意。
我早上有玩啊，我早上有玩，我金币2万1，我看一下，没有变化。回去应该已经变3万。
有可能。1万斤哦，1万斤多少台币啊？
没有很多，25000斤是3000块，3000。哦，25000斤是 不到3000，2700。
我记得我上次算好像1比8点多还是多少？我印象
那25000嘛，832是，对，还不到1比9左右了，我记得。
哦，1比9，1比9，
大概是22700上下，2200、25000，所以一万斤大概1000块不到，900，也不错，
也还不错啊。
Remember, we analyze the games in the break, and then when we come back from the break, we tell everyone what we think.
战斗时间怎么变5分钟啊？
跟他们讲一下，
俊俊，
比赛时间不对哦，要7分钟啊。
俊俊，好，谢谢。
Hi guys, welcome back to the Gold Series of the Wargaming.net League. This is Breaker, and in case you guys haven't noticed, I've been absent for a while.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, we'll get back to that in just a minute.
Okay.
And this is
Lisa Edison.
And I'm Skipper Alpha.
Right. What would we do without you guys? Okay. So I'm back from WEC in Hangzhou, and man, that was really something else. Unfortunately, there was no World of Tanks at that tournament, so it's just the way a cookie crumbles. But tonight we got PvP Super Friends, NVIDIA Aces, Team Efficiency, and Charlotte Tiger.
Yeah, force very strong team. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. PvP is not doing that good on this season, and
well,
NVIDIA
I mean,
too. You know.
NVIDIA Aces, they statistically they've done the worst. That's kind of been an upset, to be honest.
Yeah, but they still got a chance.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, we thought from the start. I thought from the start they would be one of the players that makes it to the the playoffs for this season.
Yeah.
But right now it's definitely not looking good for them with only 1 point after playing what 4 sets, 4 best of 5s.
Yeah, maybe 4. But I think today is really important because of the versus PvP, and both teams is not doing that good. You know.
All right.
Yeah,
so
maybe it's really
point.
maybe it's really critical today. Yep.
And now we're gonna kick into the rules shortly afterwards. Yeah. Come on, production crew. There we go. And of course, the victory condition is attained whenever you kill all of your opposing team's tanks, or you capture the base within the time limit. And of course, the time limit nowadays is only 7 minutes, and that makes for some faster paced games, if you will. And winning a game will give you 1 point, losing a game will get you 0. If a draw occurs, of course, both teams will get 1 point. And basically, the team that wins 3 best of 5s is going to get 3 points for the season. And the first team that reaches 3 points in a best of 5 will, of course, win the matchup. Now, receiving or winning the matchup, of course, you'll get 3 points, and losing will get you 0. Getting a draw, however, will give you 1 point, which is why NVIDIA Aces actually have 1 point as of this season. They took a draw versus, I'm trying to think here, it was one of the guys on PvP, was it not? I'm trying to think. It wasn't One Blood, I know that much. Was it Numb? They took a draw versus Numb, I think.
No. NVIDIA take a draw with the Intense Hunting.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Another one is...
yeah, they're one of the DPS teams. They had no more draws after that.
Gash plus Night Eagle.
Gash plus Night Eagles. Well,
yeah.
which one was it that... Which best of 5 was it that they took a draw with? That got them the 1 point that they have right now.
You mean Night Eagle?
Was it... They played a best of 5 with Night Eagles, and both sides got a draw, so they got 1 point too, right? That was the one?
Yeah, and another one is the Intense Hunking. Intense Hunking have 2 draws until right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
And NVIDIA, they have 1 win, 1 draw, so they got 4 points right now. And the PvP got 3 points, so that's why I say they are...
Well, I just want to say, according to the standings, they actually have 2 draws and one win, which is why they have 5 points. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's Intense Hunking.
Oh, wait.
It's not NVIDIA.
Yeah. Team efficiency, of course, doing very strong, and so too is Charlotte Tiger. So I think that best of 5 that we watched later today is actually going to be very exciting. And I think we're going to take it into the silver standings now. Yeah. One Blood, undefeated right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I think like what they can do is if they win, if they're playing the silver series tonight, what they can do is they can win, and after that, I don't think they have to win anymore to actually get into the playoffs. I'm kidding. It's a joke. But
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, maybe the next 2 they can win. The next 2 best of 5s they can win, and then get into the playoffs without any trouble. Front Mission is in tied for 2nd place along with Horseman, and both of those, the 2nd and the 3rd place teams, tied for I guess you could say 2 wins and 1 loss, bringing it to 6 points each. Singapore's doing not too bad, stuck in 4th. They've got I think a solid shot of making it in, but it depends on how the rest of their plays go. And now it looks like we actually have Liberty getting somewhere. They finally got a win as of last week, but Pacific Rim Gaming unfortunately hasn't gotten anywhere, I feel. All right, Himmelsdorf is going to be the order of the day, and pretty standard loadouts from both sides, except there's 1 KV5
yeah.
for NVIDIA.
Zeus. Yeah, they love to use the KV5. I think the frequency of the KV5, the NVIDIA team use much more than other teams.
All right.
Yeah, they even use the 4 KV5s. Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, of course. And KV5s, of course, directly counter the AMX 50s, but I really feel like this is going to come down to, I think, spawning positions at this point. It's really... Which side do you think NVIDIA is going to spawn on with this one?
Let me check it. NVIDIA on North.
Really?
Yeah, NVIDIA on North, so maybe they want to defend or something.
Alright, well, I think I could see something happening with that, but I think the positioning of that KV5 is going to be very critical, and look at that amazing map load screen. We love it. I love it. Is this new, or?
It's new.
Yeah, a new one.
I mean,
going to have
did it change
50.
since last week? I've been gone for too long.
I think it's the same as last week.
Yeah. Feels like years since I've been back to Taiwan. But as you all can tell, I do have a cold. Let's get the elephant out of the room, or address the elephant in the room, rather. I have a cold, and been taking medicine that makes me drowsy and makes me pass time very slowly. So spawning to the north as Edison said it, loud and clear at the game, I guess to say the game lobby. We've got NVIDIA Aces. And spawning to the south, we're going to have the PvP Super Friends. Now, what's important to note is that both of these teams were in the Gold Series of Season 1, which is essentially more or less like equal to this season's playoffs. But in the end, we saw PvP Super Friends make it to the Season 1 finals, and they went to Korea to play the finals at the OGN studio. It was great.
Oh, PvP pushed directly. That's the first time, I think.
Batman is piloting an AMX 50 today.
Oh, yeah. Normally he drives the i3 or T1. I seldom see him drive the autoloader. The
position of Poseidon should give way to the position of Tedamaru as well as his little cohort over there. So as of this moment, NVIDIA Aces knows exactly what PvP Super Friends is doing, at least with those two tanks.
It's fast.
Yeah, first shot of the day is going to be a bounce off of Tedamaru. And that's, I wouldn't say going to be 8, but he's definitely got some idea of where the enemy team is sitting at this moment. All right.
Yeah, Hydra is coming, so okay.
I don't know. I'm a little. This. I guess you could say this spread coming from PvP Super Friends is making me cringe just a little bit. To be honest, like what's happening here is I feel as though like their split is not all that optimal, but at the same time, they want to go in from all sides. It's a little bit risky because what happens if NVIDIA Aces rushes out now? But PvP Super Friends is following the good faith that they will not be rushing out now.
Yeah, it's a very, very good defensive position for NVIDIA Aces right now.
Yeah, it's really good. I would say that, but I think Batman can rush down the hill. I think that's not a big problem there because they know the NVIDIA on the west part. If the Batman going down and someone is stand there, I guess the PP gonna rush in and kill someone along there. You know?
Right.
So he don't have to worry about that.
But I mean, that's the part of this that scares me just a little bit. Batman's present positioning, and I mean, there we go. I mean, the enemy team knows where he is now, hands down. He's in an AMX-50, and he's down one shot previously. You know, now he's taking down that one T1 Cunningham.
Yep.
So I mean, does this influence in any way, shape, or form NVIDIA Aces to actually, you know, just move out there and try and get a kill on those two IS-3s out in the center of the map? Because I feel like Batman might not be there in time.
Yeah, but if they trying to kill the IS-3 on the center, they have to shoot the center on the B3, and the Batman can counter those guys on the hill. You know.
All right.
Yeah, so they cannot get. They are. I think the NVIDIA team cannot kill the two IS-3 on the current position right now.
Right. Robin doing some poking around, and Batman's going to be following not far behind. That's one of the best tag team duos in all of history, and now it looks like the push is coming from PvP Super Friends. So
Yeah.
Robin's basically cleared the way. Oh, that's a new spot I never knew about.
Nice.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
time to switch to someone else. And the rest of the team is going to reposition themselves. Little Mac right behind his teammates. I don't know about the decision to actually go in here, but I mean, at least on this map, it would seem that PvP Super Friends have a chance to take a draw if they chose not to rush in. But they still have their two T1 Cunninghams in, I'd say, more than adequate positioning.
Oh, positive there. You know, no one found him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, as you said, you know, PvP gonna take a draw, and they might attack on last minute or last 2 minutes. So even they fail, they won't lose this one. You know. They can hide their T1.
That's true. I mean, like, he's kind of out there right now with the present positioning, and I think it's going to be a push at 2 minutes. Just my perspective. Yeah, there it is. They're going in. PvP is diving in right now. There we go. And Nuto takes 383 damage. He's trying to push that corner and keep C5M from actually getting into a safe spot to start shooting at from.
Yep.
Tedamaru is going to try and capitalize on that position as well, but as long as C5M is behind that wall, he's going to have a limited angle of attack. 424 off of the Sirius, 578 stacked off of C5M, and now it looks like this is something that's kind of slowly going into the favor of PvP Super Friends. But as I say that, NVIDIA, Zeus, and Hades come in to dive now on the entire PvP team. They are taking a good chunk of damage from this fight. 1,096 off of Hades. For the time being, no one has fallen yet, and it could go either way, just depending on how the pens go and whether or not there are any bounces. 579 off of Menudo altogether. Hydrorex sticking 259 at this moment. 290 off of Zeus, 655. 1,004.
Wow.
1315 off of the god who shuts people down with lightning bolts, and it looks like we might have PvP Super Friends at a major advantage here, but a lot of their tanks are only one shot. The Sirius now backed into a corner. This might not be so good for him. His opponent actually using that dead tank to shield him a little bit more. Will this or will this not work against him? 419 damage and a reload on Tedamaru.
Wow.
A non-penetrating shot. It's now 312 off of Tedamaru, and he gets the finishing shot onto his opponent. PvP Super Friends initiate the capture. They're at 51%. It's all up to Nino now. He's got to do something about this. In the background, however, PvP Super Friends, both of their T1 Cunninghams are shut down. It's all up to Poseidon and Nino. Poseidon's got to YOLO this out, and so too is Nino. He has to prevent the capture. He doesn't get the shot to connect, and game number 1 goes to PvP Super Friends. That's something you don't see all that often.
Yeah, because the defensive position is really good
Really
for
nice.
NDI.
Right, it's optimal. What went wrong there, Edison?
Yeah, but should we talk about after?
After the break? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, let's take. We got to talk about this during the break because I actually don't know what on earth went wrong there for
I think the
NVIDIA
position
Aces.
of the tank, they choose the wrong position.
All right.
Yeah, they can switch the tanks, but they didn't do that. I think. Yeah.
Okay, we'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes, guys. Don't go away. Alright guys, Black and White was the name of the game in round 1 on Himmelsdorf, where we actually had PvP Super Friends take the lead with 1 point. Edison was pointing out to us the reason why they took that down, or rather the reason why they took the lead is because they were able to focus fire the AMX 50s that were behind the windows.
Yeah, because of they even the NVIDIA team got really nice defensive position, but they choose the wrong tank on the behind the window.
Should it have been a KV5?
I think that one i3 or with one KV5, maybe it's not that good, but even one i3 is better than one i3 plus and M50, because the M50 there, you know, they cannot just show up torrent for defend because there is a defensive position. You need something for defend, but if you have M50 there, you know, everyone gonna focus on the, you know. So I think on that match, maybe they just keep one i3 there, and the M50 can support fire on the left side or south. That's okay for them. But if you put the M50 behind that window, you know, the window is useless for the M50. So I don't think the position that good. No. Maybe they can choose the normal tank selection like 2i3 with 3M50, so they can use the i3 for defense. If they want to rush or push, they just use the heavy 5.
I think that makes sense for the most part. Well, still waiting to get the tanks loaded into game number 2. It's going to be, looks like thus far, 2 AMX 1390s, an AMX 50-100 for
But
PvP.
I think they still on the tank selection.
Yeah.
Too many M50.
Right. I mean, like, you could put it that way, I guess. Let's just see whether or not it's going to be in their final selection, to be honest, because there was that one game we saw an AMX 50 on this map, and everything just went haywire. I believe it was Elong that used it.
They used 1 or 2, maybe 2, I think. Yeah, but they doing really nice rush last week. It's last week. I really.
No, I forgot. If it's last week, and
Oh yeah, it's last
be.
week. The verse of
Yeah.
PvP they used 2 M50 for rush. You're doing really nice.
All right. Well, let's see what we have coming from PvP Super Friends this time around. Who's got the north spawn on this map, would you imagine?
North is NVIDIA team.
Should be Team 2, right? Team 2 should be green, right?
No.
No?
They are NVIDIA team on the north, I think. PvP on the south.
So how do we see which one is
your
going on?
observer? No.
Observer?
Yeah, green does mean it's your home base.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, do you see the screen? The tab machine?
Ah, okay.
That makes more sense.
There.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay,
observer
okay.
is yellow one, right? So you see the green on the south, that means PvP color base on the south.
Okay. Wow.
All right. Well, let's stand by and see where things go in the next few minutes. I'm wondering what on earth is taking so long to get those tanks loaded into the game.
They have to send a tank installation before game, but might be some problem there, I think.
I don't know. I mean, I hope internally speaking, I hope the NVIDIA Aces are doing all right because, to be honest, they're one of the stronger teams out there, and I feel like it would be just a little bit disappointing if we didn't actually, see them pull out a victory tonight. They're facing off against a team that they're essentially even with in the entire Gold Series thus far. T32, 2 AMX 1390s. Will it or will it not be that final AMX 50 though? Is the real question.
PvP side should be a final, I think. 2 T32, 2 M13, 1 M50 is pretty standard for PvP. Normally they use this one, and they gonna PvP is on the source.
They have a little bit of everything right here, I think. They've got a heavy tank autoloader. They've got 2 light tanks that move very quickly. Of course, they have I wouldn't say a much longer time, but a slightly longer time to reload than the AMX 50 by default. Checking the selection coming from NVIDIA Aces right now. It's 2 T32s, an AMX 1390, 1 AMX 50. And will that not be a second AMX 50 to accompany there? Of course, very standard T1 Cunninghams. Yeah. All right.
We can see that teams are selecting more and more heavier setup on mines, I think. I think in Season 1, the setup is more lighter.
Yeah, I agree with that statement completely. But it looks like, I think what's going to happen is PvP may be aiming to play off of their 1-point advantage this game around, and they're going to try and play very, very, very conservatively on this map. Given the fact that they already have a 1-point lead, and all they have to do is sit back and relax and take down anything that comes straight at them. All right, so here we go, diving into it. North side of the map, as Edison had highlighted once again, it's going to be NVIDIA Aces. To the south, their opponents, the PvP Super Friends, already up 1 point. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see a chaotic game here, and on top of that, I wouldn't be surprised to see a very conservative game.
Yep.
And it looks like,
Yeah, really, really defensive, I think.
Unfortunately, at this point, NVIDIA, they know they've got to play into their opponent's hands, or their opponent's trap, if you will. And I think that the spread here from PvP Super Friends is looking pretty good for the most part. 91st working his way towards the lighthouse, just trying to make sure nothing gets past him. No reason to excuse me, suspect that the enemy team isn't going to send a T1 Cunningham past that route, or even an AMX 1390 of some form or another. But at the same time, I mean, he's also watching their flank. Poseidon, conversely, I think I like the position he's in with that T1. Zeus takes the first shot of the game for 263, unfortunately. That's not going to help out too terribly much. And, I mean, I think the only advantage that we have coming from NVIDIA Aces is that they've got 2 heavy tank autoloaders. That's 2 AMX-50s, more armor, more firepower. What's your take on this, Edison? Are they just playing by their picks at the moment?
Okay, they got to T32 and then trying to set up T32 on the hill, and there is a rock, right? So they can use a T32 just show up a torrent to control the middle. But PvP used to light tank on the H1 and the K1. They're trying to counter any skulls there, and on such setup, I think the NVIDIA team will got a lot of punishment if they trying to push the west part, you know.
I'm with you on that completely, because this is, I mean, they've got Batman and they've got Hydro Rex waiting to the southwest end of the map. They're ready to intercept anything that comes at them. This is an impenetrable setup coming from PvP Super Friends right now.
The problem is the T32 cannot offer any support to the west part because of the lighting setup is really nice. So NVIDIA team cannot offer any support to lay a light tank or lay a heavy tank to attack the west part. But for the PvP, you know, they can shoot the enemy going through the line 1. So for such defensive position, it's really benefit the PvP right now, and I cannot see any point to break on such setup, you know.
It's a little bit unfortunate. I think like I feel as though the best decision that NVIDIA Aces would have under this, like the best decision they would have under this setup is to basically, oh no, here they go. Poseidon's poking forward in that T1 Cunningham. He's been, or excuse me, that's not a T1.
No, his eyes.
Oh
the
man.
M13.
Yeah, it's taking a lot of damage.
Oh, the Batman got a lot of damage there.
Yeah.
How come that happened?
He just got spotted and he got lit up, basically, is what happened. He might have caught on fire when we weren't looking.
But he's on the back. But he got a lot of shot, you know. The Hydro Rex is nothing there.
Right. And Poseidon's just going to poke forward. Hydro Rex gives Batman a little bit in the way of eyes, though. This might be the play that Aces need to actually pull out the win.
Yeah. Because of, you know, if the Batman do not get so many damage, the Hydro Rex can stand there and spot the enemy coming. But, you know, as the Batman gonna die, they cannot spot them, you know. So
right. There's so many shots trying to hit him right now, and so many of them are so painfully close.
The PvP push. Okay,
this
is heel side.
Yeah,
that's right. That's correct.
That's basically the best reaction they can make right now. Their opponents revealing themselves. Batman now out of the game with an amazing snipe coming down from CM5. Poseidon taking a lot of heat here, but he's trying his best to get Hydro Rex out of the game. 271 HP off of him, 280 off of Nino, and the follow-up from Poseidon's now at 628.
Wow.
245 off of Poseidon himself right now. And it looks like the Aces are making the play that they need to in order to win this game. Meanwhile, at the hill, 945 damage off of Anuto. The next game takes him, or the next shot takes him out of the game. Tedamaru now backpedaling, looking for cover. It is a 2 versus 5 situation. If we see a win at this point from PvP Super Friends, it will be a miracle. 521 damage off of that. Off of that very slowly backpedaling T32.
It's reload.
1508 right now. 318 off of Hades. And it looks like Tedamaru is all she wrote.
It's someone like, you know, the NVIDIA team already, you know, gets the PvP gonna defend. So they choose 4 heavy tanks to break through.
I know.
Wow.
That's exactly the right move. And now it's all to 2 T1 Cunninghams and Tare, and who else is left in this game? And Tare's got to run for his life if he really wants to, you know, even pull out a draw for his team. But at this stage, I think maybe if Robin can get some miraculous shots on that hill, he might be able to just delay the capture altogether and then maybe by some miracle, Antari will be able to pull off a draw and maintain that 1 point lead. Let's see whether or not it happens. 40%. And Antari has been spotted right now. Is he being chased down? It looks like he is. The Sirius is looking to intercept as well, and he's in a T1 Cunningham. And it looks as though Robin fell in the background. That captures at 80%, and there's no stopping it whatsoever. NVIDIA Aces bring the score back to 1-1, guys. All right, so I think basically the tank order selection at the game lobby explained the victory for this. A lot of armor and everything else in between.
When we did on the lobby, I saw the two M50. I think they are not done the tank selection, but after they get into the game, you know, maybe they already imagine the PvP cannot defend, so they choose much heavier setup trying to break through. And I think the PvP shouldn't push the hill, even they do not get that like great chance there. You know, I mean the west part, like the.
Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, I know what you're talking about completely. I mean, on the west end. Wait, west end of the map? West end.
That's west.
The lighthouse?
Not lighthouse.
Oh boy,
the small island there.
I completely flipped right now. The medicine that I'm on is making me drowsy.
Okay.
Okay. But I mean, the West Point was left completely exposed, and they played off of putting Batman out of the game very early.
Yeah. The problem is Batman.
Well,
there's cover push. You know, he don't have to show up there so early. You know, maybe they waiting for the M13 coming and just kill him later, but. They're too early to be spotted. They got a lot of trouble there. You know.
All right, so we're going to take it into a short break, and then after that, we'll have game number 3. Don't go away, guys. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to game number 3. It's on my favorite map. Look at this. It's going to be cliffs. All right, so looking at PvP Super Events, 2 AMX 1390s thus far, 1 T32 and an AMX 50, as well as a T1. Personally, I feel like this is almost going to be that Swiss Army knife composition, but at the same time, we still have 2 tanks of the same type and grade, if you will. So,
no, they're gonna change it, I think.
yeah. Just takes a little bit of time, and that's about it. All right. So, what do you guys think about? What do you think we're gonna see in this game? Is the real question. I feel.
Yeah, maybe 5 M50. M13, sorry. Yeah. I mean PvP.
Yeah, but there's already a T69.
Oh, okay. There is a T69. They choose so. It's for auto order with high speed, so if they go through with 1 point, I mean in the middle, it's not reasonable because they don't need such high speed there.
Yeah, I feel like that's a bit of a dangerous decision myself. I mean, how much damage does an AMX 1390 do compared to an AMX 50? On top of that, NVIDIA has chosen 2 T69s, and T69s, as you have pointed out several times, Edison, they directly counter the AMX 1390.
Yeah, but you know, they have to use the AP run. Don't use the hit if you're trying to counter M13. Because of the hit, if you shoot a track, it will become like no damage there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and the hit got much slow speed. I mean the bullets, the shell got a slow speed compared to AP run, and the AP run got a much higher penetration rate if you shoot in the M13. So if they use the hit, they might have a lot of problems, maybe like track. But if they choose the AP at first reload, first loading, it's much better compared to the first loading. You will get less mistake.
All right, well, let's see how this pans out. Something tells me this game is going to be very, very short. Do you think so, Edison?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, me too.
I think
this
the
map?
PvP can go westward, and maybe NVIDIA also go to the westward,
Alright,
so
well.
they may fight on the west.
For the 3rd time in a row, north side, it's going to be NVIDIA
Oh,
Aces.
Okay, PvP go to the middle.
And to the south, it's going to be PvP Super Friends. Okay, so this is already looking very transparent from NVIDIA Aces. They're all rushing towards the west side of the map, while we have PvP Super Friends headed towards the middle end. That T1 Cunningham is going to find out and then get taken out of the game very, very shortly. I
But
feel.
until right now, we didn't see any teams they rush west side fighting each other, right?
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
But I saw the replay file, the Horseman versus One Blood, both teams rush the west. So they finished the game like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Really, really fast.
Anuto and the T1 Cunningham at the base of the mountain. I'm not sure if he's picked up on Hades' position or not. I mean, as long as you're within 50 meters range of an enemy tank, then
Yeah,
it doesn't
but-
matter if you
yeah.
can see him or not. You will spot him.
But there might be 150 meters, I think. 100 or 150.
All right. Well, let's see how this works out. Tare, Tanamaru, PvP Super Friends, Little Mac out there in the middle of the map. I feel like NVIDIA Aces, all they have to do is really isolate that one corner that they want to rush, and then it might just all be over from there.
Yeah. And the Batman and Robin, we are trying to capture it best, I think.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, Batman's headed towards the north end of the map, like you said. And you saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah, but Poseidon, he can spot the best, So even Batman coming, they don't worry about that, I think.
All right. Let's see how this pans out. I don't think it's going to be 2 T1 Cunninghams at the north end of the map, but then again, they're both moving relatively slowly. So it's a bit difficult to tell. And right now with the Observer mod, we can't tell which tank is actually, what each tank's position is on the minimap. We can't tell that with the present Observer mod.
Okay, so it is Robin on the north side, and on the light tank on the right side is Batman, which is driving a MX-1390.
All right. So Batman was just clearing the streets for our Robin, if you will. And him going for that capture, if he does decide to initiate that capture, it's going to do one of two things. It's either going to get them a capture that they can finish out with, or it's going to get one of the enemy team's tanks to pull back and kill him while he's going for the capture. Okay. For those of you who haven't seen the silver standings just yet, One Blood is leading in first prize. 263 damage off of Little Mac right now. We have 3 minutes and 45 seconds to conclude this game, or otherwise both sides get 1 point as we go into a draw. Anuto is about to turn the corner with the Sirius, aiming at him with a very, very heavy cannon, and that's going to be, I imagine, what's that going to be from the Sirius? Oh, it's just going to be maybe it's going to be the 50 cal maybe.
50.
I forget. What's that little burst cannon on the T1 Cunningham? It's been so long since I played it.
37 for they got a 20 millimeter machine gun and a 737. It's not machine gun, but it's somewhat like I cannot say it's not a machine gun.
All right. Well, in the background we actually saw Robin was taken down, so he's out for the count. And he's just going to be, I guess, serving as an extra pair of eyes and ears as an observer for his team.
I think the Poseidon stand there is working right now.
Anuto is going to be taken down by this AMX-1390.
Yeah, but Batman is on that, so he can shoot the Sirius there.
Actually,
I think.
With that, PvP just lost both of their T1 Cunninghams.
Yeah.
And look at what the two T1 Cunninghams from NVIDIA Aces are doing right now. They're rushing to the south.
And they don't know Batman is there.
It's the goddamn Batman.
Yeah, they don't know that.
So right now, I feel like if NVIDIA Aces all rushes the center of the map, they're going to win that tank fight hands down. And I think Batman is in a position right now to try. There we go. 758 damage off of Zeus. Wow. It looks like my initial call on that was completely erroneous as we see Zeus dropping, out of the game, dead in less than 10 seconds after the fight begins. Hydrorex does drop down to about 2 shots before falling out of the game. So that wasn't a free exchange. 257 off of Little Mac. 509.
I just wonder how
242 off of Poseidon, 755, and he is out.
Terumaru just, got in a very, very awkward position.
Right.
On the middle of the hill.
Batman, I think he's pulling forward now. I think he realizes he can't afford to take down both those T1 Cunninghams. Instead, he's going to have to try and go for the main fight.
I don't think they can catch the Terumaru there.
Right.
Take time to upheal, maybe take 1 minute, I think.
This is looking too good. Okay, so this is a 4v4 situation. Now all of the T1 Cunninghams are out of the game. Batman is struggling to get up that hill, and it looks like we actually have Poseidon taken down now in his AMX-1390. It's Tedamaru up on that center hill, and he's attracted a lot of attention. He's rustled a lot of jiggies right now.
Yeah.
Nino's getting lit up now by the goddamn Batman. 476 off of him, and Tedamaru is comfortable on top of that hill, even though he doesn't have the turret depression necessary to hit the guys on the ground. They've got so much vision, so much control. And it's just going to be Batman lighting everyone up. 443 off of 80s.
Wow!
Tedamaru falls for 278 damage. And now that was a donation to 80s. Batman's reloading and running for the hills. He's at 220 HP, 20 seconds remaining on the clock. This game looks like it might just be slated for a draw. Hades does not want to miss the next 2 shots. He wants to take Batman out of the game. He gets hit for 235. He turns around. He might be close to done on the reload. 473 damage. He's trying to dodge bullets. He dodges. He dodges. Does he dodge the next?
No.
Is he reloading? Is he reloading? Oh, well, clock finished. Okay, so right now, I think that was actually a fine example of both teams playing to their best and at each other's throats in a position where neither could win.
Yeah, and PvP really creative as that.
Yeah.
That's the first time I see anyone, never see anyone up the hill, and if the tank model stay there, they gonna, even they cannot win, they will take a draw because no one can up the hill because they control two hill. If you want to up hill, they gonna shoot you. Someone gonna shoot you on the other side. So wow.
I mean, it's about taking advantage of the situation. I mean, they got on top of the hill, they got control of the map, and not only that, Batman was in a position where he took down both of the T1 Cunninghams easily after that. After Aces just basically poured in for the rush.
Yeah. He hide there, really smart. They're just waiting for you guys coming. If he still stay there, maybe the T1 gonna capture that.
Right. So just goes to show you guys, just because they don't see you, doesn't mean they don't know where you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Just waiting for you guys.
All right. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes with what's going to be the final game, as the score is now 2-2. Hi guys, welcome back to the final game of tonight's series between the NVIDIA Aces and
PvP Super Friend.
That's right. So I feel like this is gonna be, it's definitely it's lived up to its hype so far. I mean, honestly, the PvP Super Friends is one of the teams that went to Korea at the end of at the end of season 1 for the season 1 finals, and I mean, NVIDIA Aces, they made it to the playoffs, the gold series of Season 1, which is essentially the playoffs equivalent to this season.
Yep.
And thus far, I mean, playing on the city maps, that's actually one of the things that Edison said puts them at a disadvantage, right? NVIDIA Aces are not so used to it. Said NVIDIA Aces don't seem to play too well on the city maps, or was that ELO?
No, that's ELO.
Oh, my mistake. Well, both teams like to rush, or so we remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But last week, we win the three track one.
Right.
The rush really successful.
Now I want to point something out. And at the loading screen, or rather the game lobby, we saw a medium 1 as a tier 1 tank, as opposed to a T1 Cunningham. Yeah, I'm wondering what the decision for that is all about. I mean, in a 742 game, I don't understand the decision for that, and that's actually picked up by the PvP Super Friends.
Yeah, and Batman is driving it.
Interesting.
Okay.
Spawning?
The medium one, he can shoot like 10. Not only 10 rounds, it's 30 rounds.
Really?
It taking like 20 seconds to reload. I still didn't drive that because of last time I drive it might be 1 year ago, so I'm not that remember about that. But it's really easy to kill another T1.
I see.
Yeah, but it's a big one.
Yeah, very, very big. It's
Alright,
a medium tank, actually.
Here we go. I mean,
It's a short barrier, so he can penetrate MS-50.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a game that I feel is gonna be, I wouldn't say too terribly short, but it's both sides are gonna be playing it to the very bitter end. Of course, at the loading screen we saw both sides have 3 AMX-50s. Excuse me, we have 3 AMX-50s coming down for NVIDIA Aces and 2 IS-3s, while we have 3 IS-3s coming down from PvP Super Friends and 2 AMX-50s. And I really feel like this is going to be the game that decides who's going to get more points. I would actually be very surprised if we were to see this game be taken into a draw, because both sides want to try and go all in with this. But the draw condition can be very easily achieved with hidden T1 Cunninghams or hidden tier 1 tanks as a whole, to be honest with you.
But last week the Elon team they rush, not rush, the 3P go to the east part. That's the first time. I never see them go out. Normally they take defensive position on the north part. I mean the northwest. But this week and last week they go to the east side. But doing not that good because I don't think they really familiar with such strategy. So maybe they're gonna doing much better on this week.
I feel like right now, I mean, this is kind of a reverse of the way that NVIDIA Aces has been playing in Season 1. They were also, they were famously renowned for their rush strategies, but now they are playing on the defense this game around, as well as many games around. Maybe, I wouldn't say, I don't know, maybe they're running out of ideas, but they are about to get piled onto now by PvP Super Friends, taking a bit of a risky move, rushing down basically 2 tanks per lane, 1 tank per lane, if you will. And now, first shot of the game comes down. It's going to be 397 damage onto NVIDIA's C5M. The question is, do they want to take a draw, or do they want to take this game? And now, this is the critical determining point where NVIDIA Aces have to turn back and try to defend their home. And if they could pull out the kill like they need to, I think they'll be in a fantastic position to take another 3 points. If not, both sides would be down in the hole if they were to get a draw. So one side has definitely got to get the win on this. Okay. You can smell the ozone in the air as we see NVIDIA Aces silently creeping towards their own spawning point, and as well as their their base. Meanwhile, the 2 T1 Cunninghams are getting ready to do a backdoor, but of course, as we can see, Antari is very well set up in his I'm struggling to think of what that is. It's an IS-3 and AMX-50 back at home. He wants to take down those T1 Cunninghams and then join his teammates. But it's all a question of who makes the first move.
Current position right now, NVIDIA team got better setup compared to PvP. If the NVIDIA team send someone like one MS-50 to the north, they may win this one because of they can use a T1 to capture, and the Antar have to shoot a T1. On this time moment, he can the NVIDIA team can use MS-50 to kill the Antar. But I don't know if they're gonna do this one, but even entire, not even entire, even the NVIDIA team said that one M50 go to a north.
Oh, nice hit on the Batman there. He's taken out of the game.
It's only a T1.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but that still reduces the viability of the capture. Look, the follow-up Hydra Rex dying there. That was a shot to the ammo rack. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
But Aces, their T1s are making the move right now as well.
Ooh, let's see if I got a shot here.
Yeah, 394 damage. 414 off of Tedamaru. I can hear the fire coming out of the production room, to be perfectly honest with you guys.
Tedamaru? Oh, okay.
I feel like this is very heated, very balanced. And look, 464 damage off of Anuto. C5M, you know, I mean, he's whatever shot he takes, he is dealing out 2 times over on his opponents.
And Hades go to the north right now.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I think this is gonna be the move that makes Antari join his teammates. They're taking so much damage right now. C5M down to the last sliver of his own health at the moment. 354 off of Tedamaru. 354 off of Zeus. RNG even for both sides. 275 off of Hades, and he returns fire for 292 as well. The T1's going in. That's not too great of initiate. So now if they want to win off of the capture, they're going to have to get 2 or 3 tanks in there. This is looking like a game that could end in a draw. 395 off of Zeus. 395 off of Anuto. And if Zeus gets the first pen on his opponent, he's going to get the kill. 361 off of him for the time being. 290 off of Little Mac in the background. 276 off of Hades. 687 off of Hades. The Sirius now gets the finishing kill onto Anuto. The follow-up will or will it not be the KO onto Tedamaru. 376 off of Antari. 270 off of Tedamaru. This is blow for blow, a very close game, but at the same time, the last 20 seconds are coming, and neither side has gotten them down to the last tank. What's it going to be is the real question. If it's going to be a draw, then this isn't going to be good for either sides.
Yeah, but PP got a chance to win. The problem is the 91st, you know. If they cannot find the 91st, they cannot show. Okay.
Well, they already drew completely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, this one ends in a draw for both sides. Both sides get 1 point for the gold series.
Yeah, it's pretty safe. You know.
Yeah.
If someone loses this one, they might, you know, they may not get advanced to the semi-final. But if both teams get a draw, get 1 point, okay, they might got a chance to, you know. It depends on how they do thereafter, you know.
You know, there's no other way to say it. I mean, this isn't really looking that good for PvP Super Friends or NVIDIA Aces, to be honest. They both have 2 points at this stage. I mean, they're what, fifth or sixth place?
I think, yeah, 6 and 7. I think 6 and 7. Yeah.
All right. Well. Let's wait and see how the next best of 5 is going to go between Charlotte Tiger and Team Efficiency. Is that right?
Yep.
All right. 2 of the strongest teams coming right up after this 5-minute break. All right. We'll see you in just a few minutes, guys. Hi guys, we are back with our second best of 3 between Charlotte Tiger, our team from Japan, and Team Efficiency, our team from Southeast Asia. That would be Indonesia, Malaysia, and Australia all together. Quite the rainbow of nationalities, once you stop and think about it. And Team Efficiency was actually the other team that made it to the grand finals for Season 1. They finished in second prize, did they not?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm a little bit eager to see how this turns out, because both of these teams have actually had spectacular performance thus far in the Gold Series. So, predictions, Edison?
I'll bet on Team Efficiency.
You're betting on Team Efficiency? All right.
Yeah, because they got more rich experience here. But Charlotte Tiger is doing really nice, on this season. On previous season they are new, but on this one, this season they're doing really, quite good, I think.
All right. Well, and it looks like we got Charlotte Tiger whipping out that Swiss Army knife composition. They don't have any of the two same identical tanks except for the T1 Cunninghams. All right.
Yeah, but such setup, if they counter the setup like NVIDIA team doing previous match, I mean a much heavier setup, they cannot lose this one. But in the team efficiency, they're doing quite standard, so they don't worry about that.
Okay, so there we are. We're loaded in. And there it is. Gonna be on mines from the first game. Okay, so from what I saw, both sides have the potential to rush the center and try to take it with either their AMX 1390s or the Wenzhou 132 coming from Charlotte Tiger.
But they got one Wenzhou 132, one M13, so if you rush here, I think the Charlotte Tiger will be much easier to win that one because they got two lighting. And the first one, Wenzhou 132 is now auto-loader, so you don't have to load him before up here.
Alright, so spawning to the north, once again it is Team Efficiency, and to the south we have Charlotte Tiger. Here we go, the rush is coming in, and it is real.
Yeah,
Wenzhou 132.
Gonna shoot him. Yeah, that's what I say. Oh no, he cannot stand there.
Oh no,
he
he's
cannot
stuck,
stand
he's
there.
stuck, he's stuck,
Wow.
he's stuck, and Tanaka's gonna get the final blow on that.
So
Sorry, it's Eminence actually.
Yeah, so bad.
Non-penning shots being exchanged, but finally the penetration goes through on Starman. 744 HP off of that guy. 964 and stacking. Question is, how much longer is he going to keep on getting burned like that? That's not good, to be honest, because we just saw Charlotte Tiger lose 1.5 tanks.
No.
For nothing almost, except for about 400 damage.
You choose a 2 lighting and you don't want to up heal.
Certainly not an effective trade by any means, but at the same time, we're going to have to stop and see just where things go. I mean, we have to wake up and smell the coffee, because Charlotte Tiger's still alive and in this game. The question is, what tactics do they pull out to try and pull it back and get their advantage roaring for them?
Yeah, and they don't take the chance to kill Tanaka too. They miss a lot of chance there.
I don't want to say that Elite and Eminence are out of position. They're certainly not. But it depends on how the exchange goes here. 354 off of Eminence. He's just going to dive through that. 238 off of Starman, and he is out of the game with a follow-up shot from Eminence. Now it's going to be, oh my god, Iwami on the hit list. He falls in 4 or 5 consecutive shots. 453 off of CT. I4, 726 now, 916, and Lit. Tanaka also very close to falling. 1133 off of CT. I4. 1422. I thought for a moment he might be on fire, but he's taken so many shots that should have killed him but haven't yet, and now it's all up to Shinozaki to try and pull out a win, as well as his opponent, or his teammate rather, Optalisk, rather. And that's 499 damage off of Shinozaki. 227 now.
How many minutes they take? They took like 2 minutes.
Not sure, but Opalisk has just been spotted as well. There's no surviving this if you are him. Look at Elite. He's just playing cat and mouse with this guy right now. Shinozaki might have a chance of taking down that T1 to his side. He actually does. D-Juice falls. And not long afterwards, Opalisk. So, Team Efficiency had that one in flying colors.
They don't make any mistake there, and you know, compared to a Japanese team, you know.
Well, I mean, kind of getting rammed. Once you stop and think about it, it is to some extent a mistake. But at the same time, the way you ram a tank with the way, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory right there. The WZ-132, it just stopped right there, and it opened itself up to so much fire from its flank, and we're just like that's dead weight. There's no surviving that.
If you light tank, I want to uphill, you have to rush into a north part, you know, cannot stay on the slope. Everybody can concentrate fire on you. So
it's just the way the ram happened.
No, you can avoid that. You know, you are a top driver in not on the random battle. Everybody stick together. It's one-on-one. You know.
Yeah, the YOLO stuff. The YOLO stuff. All right.
Okay.
So Team Efficiency takes game number 1 again in flying colors. We'll be back, and I guess like we'll be back with a little bit of post-game analysis.
Yep. Okay.
Just before game number 2. So don't go away, guys. All right, guys, we are back now with game number 2. It's going to be on Prokhorovka. And looks like we got Team Efficiency packing some serious heat. The OBJ416, do you think that means they have the intentions of camping this one out, Edison?
Yeah, but, you know, they are 1 point left, so...
Yeah. I mean,
if they keep camping, they're going to lose this one, but, you know...
We got an OBJ from CT...
T4.
T4.
Yeah, it's 4 LOT, you know, his random battle ID is 4 LOT, but he's really famous too. But if we choose the object 416, this tank is not that easy to attack because of they got a lot of slope, you know.
Yeah,
not like for him.
Both teams got an object 4 and 6.
Yeah, but for the team efficiency, they can just defend.
Yeah.
It's really nice for the team, but not that good for attack.
All right, so let's see how this pans out. This game is, I mean, obviously we're gonna have rushes from both sides, and for the time being, we don't have that. We don't have that Swiss Army knife set up from either side. 3 T69s is gonna be coming from Team Charlotte Tiger, and it's gonna be 2 T32s coming from Team Efficiency. All right, there we go.
A nice 3. I think this is the first time I see a nice 3 on Purple Rough.
It's not that bad, because of you can rush to the center heel side.
The accuracy on it's pretty okay, but what about the?
Not that okay.
But yeah, but
T32 I3, both heavy tank is not accurate, but last week I saw the Elon team, the T32 they use 90mm gun. Normally people use the 105. The 105 is not accurate,
Right.
but the alpha is higher. But if they use the 90mm, the accuracy and the DPM will come better.
Hold that thought. We're gonna have a big tank fight happening here. This is not too good. Okay, well, this is gonna get ugly real fast. We got Dexter taking 216 damage, 527 Delta onto Hiwami, getting exposed just a little too much. 248 onto Star Main, 341 onto Galtia.
Nice.
Yeah, this is already Charlotte Tiger getting super lit by Team Efficiency. 548 now off of Galcu, and he's out. Eminence done at 451. Comics losing bits and pieces of himself. Yeah, that T1 Cunningham going YOLO once again. Starman now down to that last sliver of HP. Comics gets out of there. But I mean, right now, just look at the total surround here. Starmain out. Opolis gets a kill on a D-Juice, but of course that's a T1 versus a T1, anyone's game. 608 damage off of CTJ4, and it looks like this is a game that's just gonna fall straight to the lap of Team Efficiency. As it's only Shinozaki left in his AMX 1390, relatively unscratched for the time being. There we go. He's exposed himself to 3 tanks, 4 now. Who's gonna get the kill is the real question at this stage. 1078, boom. There it is. Tanaka gets it.
Yeah, they got 5 mini,
Plateau.
Yeah, it's just capped,
He's
Okay.
gonna save home base. He's gonna keep it from getting captured.
Yeah, you know what? The team efficiency taking a strategy like Immortal used before. They just use the heavy tank and rush those mid tank and light tank. But how to avoid such attack is how to defend such attack or revenge. They have to take higher, longer distance to sniping those heavy tanks. On this match, the Japanese team they all stick together. That means that's somewhat like you tell the heavy tank that just come here and kill me. Yeah, because I think the Japanese team is not. They don't have that rich experience on this one. They don't know if all heavy tank rush in. We only have a light tank. We only have a mid tank. You cannot counter about that.
Do you mean maybe they tried to employ a new strategy, but it didn't work out well?
Maybe they trying to work through, trying to attack or something, but they don't familiar with what's gonna happen there. Because if the team like PvP, they saw you got a lot of heavy tank. They know what you're gonna do.
Well, I also I kind of look at it this way because, like, in my perspective, what had happened was Shinozaki K in the AMX 1390 from Charlotte Tiger. What happened was he went up there, then I think never mind. Because how stupid of me to forget this. Once you spot a tank, you have vision of it for 10 seconds no matter what. I thought maybe okay, well. Team Efficiency just says, well, let's just regroup in this way and just, kind of rush in that way. But they had no vision of their enemy team. So, I mean, it feels in my perspective like Team Efficiency maybe got a little bit lucky. What do you think?
Because
maybe they just had better coordinated fire.
Yeah, they have better reaction. If the Japanese team, they use the light tank on the side, like east or west side, they're waiting for the heavy tank. They come up, they can shoot their side armor, that's okay. But because of Japanese team choose 3 T69, if they see the heavy tank there, they would use the hit run in first loading. So
Definitely.
they only can penetrate the front armor of the heavy tank. They cannot shoot the side armor. So they have to fast them. I mean, they have to fast the heavy tank. But the team efficiency will feel very happy about that. You know, the heavy tank is gonna just rush in and show up later on, and you cannot penetrate it. And then finally you're gonna go kill there. That's it. If they don't use the light tank to protect their trying to attack the heavy tank side armor, they won't win this one. But problem is the T69. Too many T69. We do we talk too much?
maybe.
Okay.
But I mean, like, let's just think about it. I think that makes some sense. I mean, the composition was a little bit stale coming from Charlotte Tiger with three T69s. Excuse me.
Yeah, because we ever use 5 T35 to counter 5 T69.
Yeah,
it's really easy to win.
All right. Well,
okay.
Let's take it into what could potentially be the final game of the evening after this short break. This is it, guys. Scores 2-0 in favor of Team Efficiency versus their Japanese opponents, the Japanese juggernauts known as Charlotte Tiger, who are now loading into the game of 5 AMX 1390s. Coming from our opposing team, however, it's going to be Team Efficiency. They've got an OBJ416, a Pershing, a... Whoa, what is that? Right there at the bottom.
Panther?
India Panzer.
Wow.
Indian
I think
Panzer.
it's the first time
A
we see this.
medium Panzer.
Indian
Panzer.
Yeah, the Indian Panzer.
So wait, that's a German tank?
Yeah,
It's a German tank.
Mid tank tier 8.
Wow.
Really nice DPM.
Okay, let's see
high
how this pans
penetration.
out. Let's see what happens here. Okay,
nice.
so now we've got Charlotte Tiger going full-blown YOLO swag on this one.
Yeah.
And for the time being, we're just going to have Team Efficiency going on the defense. They've got to do that if they want to win this.
Yeah. If the team efficiency, they trying to rush the middle or west front, and the Japanese team, they just rush it. They got really high chance to win this one because of they only have 2 auto loaders. So on the short time frame, maybe 10 seconds or 20 seconds, they can. I mean, the Japanese team can kill at least 2 medium tank at least and run away. Because of team efficiency, do not have any light tank, they may not catch them.
Alright, well, let's see how this pans out. I mean, like, Charlotte Tiger could not take a draw here. They have to go home with a win in this game. Otherwise, this entire best of 5 is going to go straight into Team Efficiency's pocket. They're going to get the win and everything else correlating to that. For the time being, we got Team Efficiency kind of rushing down the west end of the map, while we have Charlotte Tiger working their way into the middle. They're going to be there first in their AMX 1390s. That's the only advantage that they're going to have for the time being. But the turret depression on that is not so great. Okay, so for Charlotte Tiger, the AMX 1390s turret depression isn't that great.
Yeah, but it's not that important right now, right here, because of the enemy. Oh god, pretty nice turret. Yeah.
Bono gets the vision on those 3 tanks working their way up the middle. So the question is, what decision does the rest of the Charlotte Tiger team make, at the moment? So, Renmo, not Bono, is actually on top of that hill. And I don't know if he can make a shot without, exposing himself at the present position he's at. Right at this moment, we've got Eminence and Dexta pointing, just keeping him pre-aimed, if you will. Mm-hmm. And if he does come forward at an angle that's going to allow him to get a shot on those blue tanks at the bottom of the hill, I mean, they're just going to retaliate and return fire, basically. So the question is, what decision does Charlotte Tiger make in this position? Okay.
What do you think the Indian Panzer is for?
Yeah,
firepower, maybe?
DPM is quite nice. The only problem is the tank takes much longer aiming time compared to Persian.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But for the close battle, I mean, like with the short range, you don't have too much time to aim. You got a lot of advantage on this one, compared to Persian.
Okay, so does it have a very good turret as the Persian?
The turret is okay, but it can bounce a lot, but it's not that reliable because of sometimes you got a lot of bounce and sometimes you got a lot of penetration. So
okay.
I really wonder how come it could happen, but
looking at what's unfolding on the minimap right now, 3 light tanks, that's all we can tell. It's probably got to be 2 T1 Cunninghams accompanying an AMX 1390.
Yeah, I think the Japanese team gonna trying to capture the base, and they use the light tank like the T4 and the Starman. They're trying to sniping anyone trying to rescue the base.
All right. Well, I mean, like, if we check the positioning right now, it's not all that spectacular. But oh man, and look at the exchange of fire here: 469 off of Elite and 594 off of Renmo. If you want to ask me, which one was more worthwhile, of course, it definitely was not for Renmo there.
Yeah.
Or Ronmo, excuse me.
Yeah. He can shoot one shot and then leave there. That's okay. You will stand there for 5 seconds. You're gonna gotta come and fire there.
Okay, well, the capture has begun, and this is gonna force a reaction out of Team Efficiency. They have to do something now.
Yeah, they have to go back and try to reset the capture, but right now they cannot do that because they are stuck there.
Yeah, Starman is now lighting up Dexta, missing actually now. And Eminence is dodging bullets like rain as well. There is a tank on its way back to the capture circle, but I can't tell which one it is in the present position. It's Botec 9, and he's in a T1 Cunningham. He's going to need the aid of a teammate ASAP. 72% at that capture right now. 75, as I say it again.
Uh-oh.
There has to be a shot that's going to hit it. 91%, 92, 94.
Okay,
and I don't think, there it is, 100%. Charlotte Tiger brings out the win.
Wow, nice interception by who's his name? Shinozaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he
ran the T1, but even T1 coming up, he gonna die there. So
T1? I mean the Indian Panzer, right?
The Indian Panzer did not have time up the hill.
Ah, okay, okay.
So he just ran the T1.
Right. That was a YOLO. That was a YOLO human shield, if you will, coming from. I'm sorry. Who was that? Who was shielding the two T1 Cunninghams? At the last
Shinozaki?
Shinozaki. Shinozaki. Okay. So I mean, he's chosen the AMX 1390 in other games before. I think that just kind of shows, just how good he is with piloting it, if it makes sense. He knows exactly how to put himself between himself.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, between his teammates and his enemies to, just.
Yeah, the problem for the team, maybe they're trying to do something different, play new strategy or trying to test the India Panzer,
Or even play for fun.
Yeah. But if they don't have a light tank there, it's really hard to rescue the base.
Right.
Because you have to up the high ground on the hillside, but your enemy gonna shoot you from another higher hill. So you want to rescue the base. You have to go to the lower part on the west, but it takes a longer distance. So you need a light tank there.
Okay.
If you don't have a light tank, you don't have a chance to reset. That's it.
I mean, that was just hook, line, and sinker, to be honest. I mean, I thought 5 AMX 1390s would have been dangerous, but it seemed like just the thing that Charlotte Tiger needed to do in order to win. So, let's see how this next game goes. It could potentially be the last one after this short break. Alright guys, we are back now with game number 4. This one's going to be on the city map and Scand, of course. This is actually a very, I guess you could say, close quarters combat map, if you will. We're talking about 3 AMX-50s and 3 AMX-50s for both sides. And 2 IS-3s, I imagine, from both sides. We actually can't see. Oh wait, there's 3 T1s for the time being, so the loadout is not complete coming from team efficiency. I think they're trying to determine who's going to go in with the final IS-3 or if they're going to get a Chinese 110. For the time being, well, I think we're just waiting to see how. Wait, whoa, like this? Okay, there we go. All right. So wait, they haven't swapped it out yet. Just a minute. I was about to say, why are we getting started right now? We're at 3 T1 Cunninghams. We're missing a tier 8 tank here.
Yeah.
There we go.
I
Dexter?
think they're still.
Yeah, the production crew is getting just a little bit over eager, if you will. Definitely. Okay, there we go.
2 IS3, I see.
So 1 IS3, and we're missing something else. There we go. 2
Yeah,
IS3s. It's going to be for team efficiency.
Let's change your player.
All right. Well, see how this goes.
Yeah, both sides have the same setup.
So I mean, at this stage, it essentially just comes down to shot calling, coordinated fire, reflexes, things like. I don't know about that. Like, how quickly players react to the moves that the enemy team is making, and of course, commander decision making.
Okay.
All
I
right.
think that both teams, you know, the Japanese team, unless on previous event they create a new strategy, they trying to use the T1 cover I3 and push a line 6 the railway.
Oh.
After that, a lot of teams, you know, copy the same strategy like that.
Oh, so that was invented by.
Yeah, it start from the. What's the team name?
Patriot.
Yeah, Team Patriot.
Okay, so Juice kind of breaking through there just a little bit. He's splitting up from team for the time being, it looks like. But spawning to the south, it's going to be Team Efficiency, and to the north, it's going to be Team Charlotte Tiger.
Yep.
Kind of a 50-50 split coming from both sides for the time being, so I feel like coordinated fire and what tanks what went in which direction is one of the more important parts of this tournament. Ooh, already Plateau X taken out of the game.
Ouch.
Yeah, I mean that was
That's
one.
okay, you know. The T1 is 4 separate.
It really was just one hell of a shot, to be honest. Renmo there, kind of exposed. He's looking like he might stand to get hit there in just a minute. But Hatsune Miku's taken down in
It's
exchange.
a T1, you know. The T1 is full cover. Oh!
Oh, wow.
So much.
Renmo taking. Yeah,
Yeah.
286 in exchange. Dexter takes 276 himself. Renmo actually, he's in a bit of trouble there in that present position. I would not want to be in there if I was him. All right.
One exchange, I see.
And yeah, it's a little bit scary to be honest, but both sides are playing their picks really.
Yeah, both sides use the T1 to cover, you know.
I think it's the IS-3 sniping right now is what's happening.
Yeah.
All right, so Tanaka continuing to push down his opponent's his teammate's body. 364 damage off of Renmo yet again, getting a little bit unlucky with the picks, if you will. Actually getting dealt the bitter end of the bargain, rather. Okay, so this is looking like a situation that we could actually see Team Efficiency take advantage of. There's a heavy take on the other side of the wall. There we go. I think it's been revealed as Shinozaki.
Yeah, but right now, Team Deficiency is really dangerous because they know you've got heavy tank its power, so they can just rush you, you know. On the city. Yeah, they have to run away. Okay, they'll be run.
Yeah, they realize right now they need to make safe decisions. 415 damage off of Shinozaki. And at this stage, essentially, if Team Efficiency just takes a draw, they've already won. But that option may be off of the table for them, as they are missing a single T1 Cunningham. Or actually, they're missing both of their T1 Cunninghams. They're out of the game right now. Tanaka and Dexter going to go ahead and push through the center of the map and catch Opalisk out. Of course, he's in a T1 Cunningham. If he gets taken down, then I think a draw comes back on the table. There we go. He falls. It was actually Tanaka that took him out of the game. And now, who is going for a capture? 276 damage off of our tier 8s at that position. 547 right now. They've got to dive for cover. They realize it at the moment. And now, Juice, Elite, and Comics are trying to work their way back towards that end of the map.
Yeah.
427 off of Juice.
The Juice is really dangerous, right?
Yeah,
You know,
he's in a lot of trouble.
Dangerous.
324 HP, 655 at the moment.
Wow. He don't have a chance to leave.
It's looking increasingly weak for him. excuse me, Tanaka actually getting a nice hit there, 393 damage. Renmo is going to get the finishing shot, ironically, since he took the most damage on his team at the beginning of this game, and now the situation has turned into 4 versus 5.
Yeah.
Certainly not in favor of team efficiency.
Yeah.
323.
Okay.
Oh boy, 294. Renmo actually getting hit and lit up quite a bit. 591 off of Tanaka. He's just as lit. 894 now. Down to the last sliver of HP, and he goes. It's a 3v5 situation, and this is not looking good for team efficiency. They have to look strong in this position if they want to win. Elite now trying to catch them out of position. 411 damage off of him. 297 off of Renmo. One more shot, and that takes Renmo out of the game. 306 now. Starman, 625, and one more shot will remove him.
They don't want to mind the lead. They know you are on the reload right now. So,
right,
yeah.
374 damage.
They have to check him. Check. Yeah, that's it.
Elite is out of this game, it looks like. Boom.
Okay.
So that's a little bit drastic, I think.
Yeah, but I have to say, you know, the attack on the railway is event created by Japanese team, so they know how to break that. That's what we see, that, you know, you're trying to attack from the railway, I cannot rush you on the city. That's it.
I mean, right now it's 2-2, and the next game is winner takes all, which, stop and think about it. Who are you rooting for? Now it's all down to one game that determines who wins that next 3 points.
There's a Ruinberg, right? That's one. Yeah, if the Japanese team on South, I bet they cannot camp on South. I bet. You know, they cannot take one like Joe. You know.
Well, I mean, these are the first prize and second prize teams presently, right? They're first and second. They're tied. So I mean, I think if they take this as a draw, then it's really not a big loss for either side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens after this short break, guys.
Okay.
All right, this is it. The final game, and it's going to be played out on steps.
Okay.
This map.
Yeah, we got a really less chance to draw right now. You know, I saw it's a road, but
Definitely.
Okay, it's a step.
This is actually, I think, the least played map, simply based on the fact that it's very wide open. But at the same time, there's a lot of cover, and I mean, it feels like there's just layers upon layers where you have to risk rushing through and not getting shot in order to win.
Yep. Okay. I think that's the first time we casted the step, right? It's the first time, right?
On season 2, yes.
I mean, Gold Series. Yeah, it's the first time because of people. I don't know why people do not like this map. You know, someone like Pokonovka, but the map is really funny because of they got a lot of different strategy here, but maybe it's too complicated. So yeah, people don't like such style. But
all right, well. Thus far, we're still waiting for the tank selection to load out.
Yeah.
Honestly, who do you guys think is going to win this?
Maybe you're gonna take a draw.
That's what I'm thinking.
I guess the Japanese team they gonna use much heavier setup and trying to defend. You know.
Well, I mean, like that's obviously what I'm thinking too. I mean, I think both sides are going to play this out as conservatively as possible. They're like, okay, well. We haven't got any losses. We don't want to lose, so if we take a draw, we at least, we get 1 point each, and we can kind of back out of this, if that makes sense. Neither side would actually lose if they were to get a draw. So I'm thinking maybe in this kind of scenario, we could see anything happen, win, lose, or draw. But I mean, at the same time, that's the only thing that can happen realistically.
Yep.
I don't know. I think a draw is going to happen, though.
Yeah, it's really possible because of even the tank efficiency. They choose one T-32 with two T-69, and they are on the north. You know, if they have the 3 tank on the north, that's really easy to defend. If they choose 2 T-32, they won't push. I think.
I think. Well, never mind. There were actually a good number of AMX 1390s just a minute ago. Okay, there's one. Is it going to be? What's the final tank going to be coming out of Starman? Is the real question. There's already two T1. There's already 2 T1 Cunninghams.
Yep.
A T32. I feel like that T32 is going to be sitting right next to the OBJ 416. To help defend it, help keep it alive. But I don't know what else is going to happen, to be honest. Just my gut feeling, to be perfectly frank here. All right, so what's Starman gonna load into this game with?
Maybe T-32 machine.
So everything's fully loaded out here from team efficiency.
Yeah, they got 2 T-32, 2 T-69, 1 M13. Pretty defensive setup.
Alright, so team efficiency is prepared to take a draw this game, it looks like. And now we're just waiting for, essentially, Charlotte Tiger to pull out their final tank. Hopefully he's not in the bathroom. We actually have an IS-3 in the lobby, but I'm not so sure if that's, the most likely choice to go into the game with.
Yeah, but maybe Persian, I guess. Persian T-32 is both good for defense, but because of the Short Tiger on the south side, it's not that easy to defend compared to North. North is quite easy. Okay, T-32, right.
I guess the only thing we can do right now is actually see the waiting game. There we go. 2 T-32s, an OBJ 416, 2 AMX 1390s.
Oh, Japanese team on the north. Okay.
That's going to be more armor, I feel.
Yeah, because they can stand on the northeast and they're really easy to defend, but I don't know why they choose the Object 416. The gun depression is not good at all, so it's not that easy to use on this map. Maybe it's gonna make a problem if they choose a personal T69. I think it's much better than the Object 416 on this map. Okay. they're gonna start.
Indeed. Here we go, guys. This could essentially be it. All right. Well, what on earth just happened to the loading graphic, guys? Hashtag made in Taiwan. Okay. Well.
Because they never play on the step, so it's the first time. Maybe we gonna
All
have
right,
a
yeah,
next
that
one.
makes challenge accepted, Edison. I think you're absolutely right. They probably don't have the steps loading graphic.
Yeah, maybe okay. The step maybe not in the map hole because of everyone banned that. You know.
All right.
Just kidding.
So we just finish the other first.
There we go.
Okay. Shell Tiger gonna take it northeast. That's right. So maybe they're gonna set up T32 on the C8 and the C9, C8 and B8.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, we're not going to see a very short game on this map. I mean, they can take quite a while to get finished, at least particularly on this one because...
Yeah. Do you see the tip efficiency go to the west part? That means they're gonna take the capture strategy. They're gonna push. They won't defend this one. Maybe they're gonna hide the T1 and waiting for last 2 or last 3 minutes and then trying to rush in the capture. So even they fail, the T1 gonna hide on the base or I hide on the west part, so they still have a chance to draw. It's pretty sad, I think.
All right, so here we go. At this point, I feel like this is kind of crazy coming from team efficiency, I feel. But I mean, Tanaka's gonna poke his head out there, and I feel like he's putting himself in a lot of risk by doing that.
Yeah, but you know, I think Japanese team they shouldn't set up so many light tank on the base. You know, it's too dangerous because of the distance, only like 100 meters. So you set up 1, 2, and 3. That's no difference. You know, only take risk.
All right. Well, I feel like if Charlotte Tiger, I wouldn't say, you know, if they open their eyes just a little bit more, if they had some more vision in the forward position to the south, they could see that, like, it's basically wide open for a rush, but I'm not so sure about what directions you can fire from in the southwestern end of the map, as this is one of my least played maps
and
myself.
And the team efficiency already go back to their best. If they're trying to go to another way from middle and east, you know, they took another 2 to 3 minutes. You know, it's not that easy to win. So okay, they all back to base and trying to defend. So maybe we can, you know, have some tea for 4 minutes.
Maybe, yeah. We need some tea for the next 4 minutes.
Yeah, I already have one.
All right, so honestly, you know, it looks like that most likely scenario we said would happen is actually going to happen. It's going to be a draw.
Yeah.
Maybe. What we'll probably see is maybe the T1 Cunninghams relocate themselves to the outer edges of the map to make sure they're never captured.
Yep.
And then both sides will exchange their
I
tanks.
think in the beginning maybe the team division they trying to, you know, capture the base on the north, and after they go to north and find, okay, we got so many scouts here, we got some spotters, so we don't want to take a risk to rush in. So that's over, I think. I won't say that the Japanese team gonna rush to the south side. You know, it's too risky too.
Okay, well, I mean, it's a gradual push thus far, but at the same time, I mean, Charlotte Tiger, they I think they know that there's nothing on the other side of that. Yeah.
Even waiting for the T32 drive from south to north or north to south, it taking 3 minutes, so they don't have a chance to win this one too.
Yeah, there are some shots being fired though. Just I say that, but looks like nothing connects thus far.
Okay.
Free Cam is actually doing a good job of getting vision of everyone at the moment. Plateau knocks over a tree. Shots going into the hill. I think that was blind fire, 100% blind fire. But wait, Plateau is actually being targeted.
Yeah, it's spotted by Tanaka and
Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, Hatsune Miku.
All right.
Yeah.
Shirazaki's been spotted as well. And he's showing up in an AMX 1390. He means business in that thing too.
Yeah.
All right, 3 minutes to go on the clock. Let's see what happens at this point.
Shinosaki. Wow. You know. it's so risky there. Maybe okay, he's cute, you know.
No, this is, I hate to say it's anticlimactic, but I feel like game number 3 was a bit of a throw coming from Team Efficiency. I mean, they donated capture to their guys, but it looks like, again, the sum of all fears has happened. We've pushed it into a 2-2, and now it's looking like it's a draw, because this is also a miracle comeback from Charlotte Tiger. No one taking any damage yet with the rate of fire.
Yeah. Because Lair is a short heal, so maybe it's not that easy to hit the target, I guess.
Right, and it's a T1 Cunningham, so it is actually quite a small target, to be honest.
Yeah. There we go. Finally,
Taken down now by Team Efficiency's Comics. Okay. With quite a satisfaction, I bet he must have at the moment.
Okay, yeah, and Japanese team poor back. They just want to wait him for the time over.
Yeah, I mean, both sides are like, okay, we've got about the same amount of points. We don't want to throw anything, so we're just going to draw for the time being. Okay. No reason to tarnish our record or anything like that.
Which map the Japanese team win? The first one is the Cliff, right?
Japanese team wins on Cliff and Ensk.
And the third map was Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff and
Himmelsdorf was game 1. I remember that much.
No. Game 1 is Mines. Himmelsdorf was banned.
Oh, my mistake. Sorry. Yeah, that was actually game 1 of set 1. My mistake.
Yeah. The first match is Mines, and the Japanese team make a big mistake on the light-tank rush here, right? And
that's right.
I mean, Wonjo 132, he shouldn't run the M13 and stuck on the slope. Somewhat like suicide. Right. And the second one is the Prognovica. They didn't figure out a heavy tank strategy, so they lose that one. So on last 2 match, I think they are not that familiar with the strategy, so they lose that. But on the Ensk, the rush railway strategies they created, so they know how to break that. And on the Cliff, I think they're doing really nice on Cliff. So that's not great freestyle.
Well, I mean, this is it. 20 seconds on the clock. We all know it's going to end in a draw. I mean, not unless there's some kind of a nuke that falls down from the sky and kills all of the tanks in this game. But, I mean, the ultra-conservatism has basically shown itself through at this point. I think once we loaded into this map, we knew it was going to be a draw from start to finish all across the board. And I believe now this actually puts both teams at about 7 points, 8 points, 9, 10 maybe?
8 points for each. 8. Yeah, 8 points.
No. I said team efficiency is 10.
No, I think they got 2 wins and 1 draw each.
Okay.
We can find out day after tomorrow. Okay. I mean, we'll see the standings all over again then. So, I mean, I have to stop and think about this. I mean, we've kind of seen a few draw scenarios. This isn't the first time it's happened, definitely.
We got 2 draws.
2 draws previously.
Today. I mean, totally. I mean, the whole matchup is draw. We got 2 draws today.
Okay, so we got 2 draws like that. 2 draws today?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
man.
The first one is PP versus NVIDIA.
Right, one, then both of the following games were actually draws.
Yep. Draws on Cliff and Ensk.
I know. It's a little absurd, but I mean, like, this is... Do you guys think this is becoming painfully common to watch now? Like, too terribly common?
Yeah, but...
I think it's okay.
Yeah, because of they are a strong team, I think. The 4 team is really nice.
Yeah.
They are not weak, so after the score like 2-2, they take a much safer way. They don't want to take any risk to lose that one, especially for first match, the NVIDIA and PvP. They cannot accept any loss again.
I mean, it's completely understandable once you understand the situation from all of the teams that are involved. They're like, well, I mean, when we had NVIDIA Aces going up against PvP Super Friends earlier today, they were thinking, well, we don't want to get any worse off than we are already.
Yeah.
But at the same time, neither team was really willing to gamble in their position and say, hey, we need to actually get a win in order to advance ourselves.
Yeah.
When we look at the position from both of the teams right now, first one being, Charlotte Tiger, and the other one being Team Efficiency, both sides are just like, well, we don't need the win. We're already at the top.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. It's a little bit strange. I mean, I was pretty sure. I think, to be perfectly honest, the last series I would have expected to end in a draw was the NVIDIA Aces versus PvP Super Friends. From a logical perspective, both those guys have the same scores right now.
Yep.
If they want to get a stronger lead in the Gold Series, they have to get a win. They have to be willing to gamble just a bit.
Yeah, but maybe, but on this map, if your counterpart take really defensive setup, while you rush in, you take really high risk. In my past experience, I almost never see anyone rush in, capture that. No, sometimes we got it. Maybe some team they use the M13 and rush into their our team's defensive position and really make it a lot of chaos and everybody pushing and win that one. But it's really quite rare, I think. Quite rare.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I feel like, to be honest with you guys, I mean, once we stop and examine what happened with team efficiency one more time, they took a 2-point lead. Maybe, I don't know, it kind of backfired on them just a bit.
Speculatively, maybe they're trying to test the new strategy. If they didn't do that one, maybe they already. Maybe. Quite only a guess. Yeah.
It's a little bit strange. I mean, it's the end of the day. We're all tired, I think. Let's see what happens on Thursday, guys.
Okay.
How about that? So that wraps it up for tonight's Wargaming.net League Gold Series. I'm Breaker.
Lisa Addis at 99.
And I'm Skipper Alpha.
We'll see you guys on Thursday.
Bye bye.
Have a good night.
Good night, guys.